France has the most valuable squad in world football. They have Kylian Mbappe. They have superstars in every position. And according to many fans, FIFA 2026 is already theirs to lose. But what if I told you this French team has a hidden flaw that could destroy their World Cup dream? A flaw so dangerous that it has already cost great teams trophies before. Because history shows something shocking. The best squad doesn't always win the World Cup. In fact, sometimes having too much talent becomes the biggest problem of all. Today we're uncovering the 5 reasons why France, despite having the strongest squad on paper, could fail to win FIFA 2026. And trust me, reason number 1 changes everything. When people discuss favorites for FIFA 2026, one team always appears near the top. France. It makes perfect sense. They reached the 2018 World Cup summit. They nearly won again in 2022, and somehow their squad looks even deeper now. World-class attackers, elite midfielders, defenders playing at the biggest clubs on earth. On paper, this looks like a team built to dominate. But World Cups are not won on paper. They're won under pressure. They're won in chaos. And that's exactly where France could run into trouble. Let's start with reason number 5. The stronger a team becomes, the heavier the pressure gets. And no team enters FIFA 2026 with more expectations than France. Every expert expects them to reach the semifinals. Many predict they'll reach the final. Some already believe they'll win the entire tournament. But pressure changes players. Pressure changes decisions. Pressure creates fear. The moment a team becomes a favorite, every opponent starts preparing specifically for them. Smaller nations stop playing open football. They become defensive, compact, disciplined, dangerous on the counterattack. Suddenly, every match becomes harder than expected. And history proves that favorites often suffer the biggest disappointments. Brazil 2006, Spain 2014, Germany 2018. All entered as giants. All failed spectacularly. The lesson is simple. The higher the expectations, the harder the fall. France will carry enormous pressure into FIFA 2026. And pressure has destroyed better teams than most people realize. Most fans think squad depth is always an advantage. Usually it is, but there is a hidden danger. Too many world-class players. Only 11 players can start. That means several elite stars will sit on the bench. And when elite players spend too much time watching instead of playing, frustration starts growing. Questions begin. Why am I not starting? Why is he playing instead of me? Why am I being substituted? The media notices. Fans notice. The dressing room notices. Suddenly, small problems become big stories. We've seen this happen many times in football. Talent alone doesn't guarantee harmony. Sometimes the strongest squads struggle because too many players expect to be stars. Managing egos becomes as important as tactics. France may have incredible depth, but depth can become a weakness if players stop pulling in the same direction. France are no longer a mystery. Everyone knows how they play. Everyone studies them. Every coach has spent years analyzing their strengths. And that creates a major problem. The more successful a team becomes, the easier it becomes to prepare against them. Opponents now know France loves attacking transitions. They know how dangerous Mbappe is in open space. They know where France likes to create chances. Modern football is obsessed with analysis. Every movement is tracked. Every weakness is studied. Every pattern is identified. Teams that once feared France are becoming smarter, more organized, more confident. The tactical gap between France and the rest of the world is shrinking. That means France can no longer rely solely on talent. They must constantly evolve, because if they don't, opponents will find ways to neutralize their biggest weapons. Now we arrive at a controversial topic. Kylian Mbappe. Let's be clear, Mbappe is one of the best footballers on the planet, perhaps the best. He's fast, clinical, explosive, a game changer. But that's exactly where the danger begins. France has become increasingly dependent on him. Whenever the team struggles, people look to Mbappe. Whenever they need a goal, they look to Mbappe. Whenever they need inspiration, they look to Mbappe. That level of dependence creates risk. Because football is unpredictable. Players get injured. Players lose form. Players face tactical systems designed specifically to stop them. If opponents successfully limit Mbappe's impact, who becomes France's leader? Who changes the game? Who carries the pressure? The greatest World Cup winning teams spread responsibility across the entire squad. No single player becomes the entire system. If France becomes too dependent on one superstar, they may discover that shutting down one player can disrupt the whole machine. And in a World Cup knockout match, that's incredibly dangerous.
This is the hidden weakness almost nobody talks about. France's biggest threat isn't their defense, it isn't their midfield, it isn't their attack, it's mentality. Specifically, complacency. When a team is constantly told they're the best, something dangerous happens. They start believing victory is inevitable, and football punishes complacency. Every World Cup produces surprises, every tournament creates chaos. Every champion faces adversity. The question isn't whether France will face difficult moments. The question is how they will react when those moments arrive. What happens if they concede early? What happens if they lose a group stage match? What happens if an underdog pushes them to penalties? Mental toughness separates champions from contenders. Talent helps, but mentality wins trophies. The greatest teams remain hungry even after success. They remain focused, they remain disciplined, they respect every opponent. If France enters FIFA 2026 believing their talent alone will be enough, they could be heading toward disaster. Because World Cups are not won by the most talented team, they're won by the team that performs best under pressure, and those are not always the same thing. So let's recap. France faces 5 major dangers heading into FIFA 2026. Number 5. The crushing weight of expectations. Number 4. Too much depth creating internal problems. Number 3. Opponents learning how to stop them. Number 2. Increasing dependence on Kylian Mbappe. And number 1. The hidden mental weakness that could destroy everything. Now don't misunderstand this video. France absolutely has the talent to win FIFA 2026. In fact, they may have the strongest squad in the tournament. But football history teaches us a brutal lesson. The best team doesn't always win, the favorite doesn't always survive, and talent doesn't guarantee trophies. That's why the World Cup remains the greatest tournament on earth. Anything can happen. What do you think? Will France lift the World Cup in 2026? Or are these warning signs too dangerous to ignore? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more football documentaries, FIFA predictions, and World Cup analysis.